Where are we?
Where are we? Did you do it again? Seriously, you put the wrong coordinates in the time machine? We're supposed to be back to the stupid...
We don't talk about the time machine.
Oh, that's right, sorry.
About that.
We don't have a time machine, guys.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about.
What are we going to do now? We're stuck out here. You know what we could do?
Yeah.
A Kids Plays Crafts episode.
Yeah, that sounds great. I love nature.
I'm Mitchell.
And I'm Charlie.
And this is Kids Plays Crafts.
Welcome to Kids Plays Crafts. We're so glad that you decided to join us. Normally on these episodes, we like to show you guys stuff that we have been building for years, but today we decided to try something brand new that we've never done before in a place that we've never created.
We can't wait to get into the wilderness and create in our first ever Kids Plays Crafts wilderness episode. Let's go, Charlie. Are there plants growing out of your bag?
Oh good, they're finally getting sunlight.
All right, let's just go.
All right.
Welcome to Kids Plays Crafts Wilderness Edition. Charlie and I are here on a mountaintop ready to do some crazy experimenting on this episode using
fruits
and roots.
Today, Mitchell's going to be using fruits and some vegetables to paint on this rock that we have right here. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see what it's going to look like.
Sketching Corners with Mitch. Welcome to Mitchell's Sketching Mountain. That's a nice ring to it. Welcome to Sketching Corners with Mitch, Mountaintop Edition. Today, I'm gonna be mashing up fruits and vegetables and some roots to try to make some natural paints and paint right here on this rock. I've never done this before, but I'm gonna try it, and maybe you at home can learn from what I do here today.
Today I'm gonna be using beets, blackberries, oranges, avocados, coconut, and some various art supplies.
So over here is where I'm gonna be mixing my colors, and right here, that's where I'm gonna do my main painting. I'm gonna start with blackberries to make the outlines of my design.
I didn't have any tools for this, so I just grabbed a rock and started mashing.
Also, if you do end up trying this at home, make sure to wear a smock or some clothes that you don't care about getting dirty, because this is gonna get pretty messy pretty quick. Also, make sure that your parents know that you're doing this and know where you're painting. This is what it looks like after some mashing. We'll see how it goes on the rock.
Not surprisingly, the blackberries showed up really well on this light rock because of their dark pigmentation.
I'm just using some sponge brushes here. These will work perfectly fine, especially if you're using fruit, which is very juicy. But the sun is gonna dry up this fruit pretty quickly, so I gotta move at a pretty good pace while the paint is still dark.
For this piece, I decided to recreate the KPC logo with a little bit of a twist.
So now we're finished with the main design. It's time to fill it in with some other colors.
The next fruit I tried to use is avocado. I cut it open, peeled it up, and decided, you know what, I'm just gonna use the avocado itself as the paintbrush.
Hey guys, check it out. I've got an avocado paintbrush here with me. Well, actually, it's just a normal avocado, but I'm gonna try to use it as a paintbrush. Let's see how this goes.
The avocado has a very thick texture, so this went down really well.
Well, that went better than expected. Hey Charlie, you wanna try some of my guacamole? No? No, you're good? Is it because I made it on a rock? He's such a diva.
Next, I tried mashing some beetroot, which proved more difficult than I expected. You see, the beet is a pretty tough root, so I decided I'm just gonna use the stalk instead of the root.
You heard about the new beet pencil? Me either, I'm about to try it out. Cutting edge technology. I tried using the stalk because it comes out with a bit more of a pink color, but it's just a little too light to show up the way I want it to, so I'm gonna try using the actual beet itself as the pencil.
This was a good call because the beetroot came out great.
Well, that turned out pretty well. It's a nice bright pink color. We'll have to see how the next fruits work out because they're a little bit less intense. But here goes nothing.
Our next pigment was going to come from coconut, which I cracked open on the rock, but I decided I'm not going to use the milk, I'm going to use the meat of the coconut as my main tool.
I'm going to be using the meat of this coconut to try to create some white in the painting. The only thing about the coconut is it's a little bit difficult to grab onto. So if you can stick a fork into it or something to make it a little easier on yourself, that might help out. Well, I think that turned out all right. So far, everything's been working really well for me. Now it's a challenge of finding something different to color the sea in with. I might have to mix and match some things. We'll see.
I decided to try to mix some things, namely coconut and orange, but you can see how this goes.
After experimenting with mixing together coconut and orange, I decided I'm just going to use orange rind to get this last color down. Well, there you have it. I was trying to answer the question, can you paint with fruit? And I think the answer is yes, if you're on a mountaintop and you can make a huge mess and no one will get bothered by it. All in all, I had so much fun, and I cannot wait for the next segment, which is Charlie's 3D Builders. Woo!
Welcome back, builders. Charlie here, and I'm so excited to share with you all what we have today. We are going to be building catapults. Let's see what we're building with today. So like with Mitchell and his painting projects, we are going to be using fruit as well. This pineapple right here is going to be the base. Then I'm going to be using the celery as the launching point. And then we're going to use these avocados. You may even cut them down a little bit so it's just the pits. We decided to use something food related, and so we used these kebab skewers. They're going to be what anchor it. We're only going to be using things that you normally use when you make food. Let's go. I'm excited to share with you all my process, and I'll give you some tips if you ever want to make a catapult out of fruit. First, I'm going to start with the pineapple. I'm going to form the base into the exact shape that I want it to be to allow the projectile to shoot as far as I want it to. I'm going to be using this little pocket knife here. If I were doing it at home, I'd ask your parents for help, and I'd maybe use like a kitchen knife to cut this fruit. Be sure you're very careful whenever you use anything this sharp. All right, let's cut this pineapple. There we go. We got a top. All right, now I'm going to cut off the bottom too, just so it's more of a flat surface. There we go, more of a flat surface. So when we set it down like this, it stays mostly upright. All right, next I'm gonna create a good plane for me to be able to use this piece right here. I need to be able to make a good plane so it can have plenty to launch from. So I'm gonna cut along this way, right there, that way, right there. Really juicy, this is a good pineapple. There we go. So what this allows for is it allows this to sit in there really nicely. I think I'm actually going to cut this side down a little bit. If this side is facing more downwards, it'll allow for more shooting motion. Let's give it some more leverage. Let's see how that looks. Oh yeah, that's much better. That'll mean it can launch really smoothly. Next, I'm going to use these skewers to kind of anchor our celery a little bit so that when we launch it, we don't launch the celery piece with it. I'm going to take this skewer. Okay, all right. Oh, it might be cracking my celery piece. We'll see if that becomes a problem later. Oh, interesting. All right, so that's actually limiting our motion. You see, now that's not able to launch. So maybe we want to push it a little bit further back. Let's just force it in there a little bit more. Oh man. All right, so we got this motion right here. I think I'm actually going to cut this down a little bit more on this side so that we can get a full swing motion. Oh yeah, look at that, getting better. Might do a little bit more. All right, let's see that. Oh, that was so good. Wow, now my fingers are really sticky, but we got a new piece of celery, which is awesome. We're gonna try and send it through right about there, that area. I'm also gonna move this a little bit farther forward so that we get more of that launch motion that we were looking for. Okay, we made it through the other side of the pineapple. Now it's just a matter of getting it all the way through. Awesome, let's see that. Okay. I'm gonna cut a little bit more out of that pineapple, but it looks like we're really close. All right, good. See that motion a little bit? Oh yeah, look at that. That should launch things real far. So I tried to use a rubber band earlier, but it wasn't as helpful for me in terms of holding on. The fruit is very slippery and even my hands are a little bit sticky from it. So I'm gonna use toothpicks like I did with that skewer to put a nice little cradle in there. All right, that's really nice right there. So we have our little projectile here. It's our avocado pit. So I'm gonna set this in here to kind of see what we're dealing with. So I'm gonna put in a toothpick right in front of it so it doesn't move around too much. All right, so this is our first try at a catapult. We might make some modifications if it doesn't fire very far. But yeah, let's give it a go. All right, everyone, it's about time to see if this catapult can launch. We are shooting this avocado pit as far as we can. We might have to make some modifications based on how far it launches, but here we go. Oh, nice. Not bad, not bad. Let's do another. Here we go. We got some tearing already on the celery, so that's not good. But here we go. 3, 2, 1, launch. Wow, that was total buzzkill. So I think with the last one, the pressure of me hitting it down really hard was what caused this to snap. So instead I've attached a skewer to the bottom right there and a rubber band to this, so that way when I hold it down, it'll keep it ready to go, and then when I let go, it'll launch. Let's see if it was a good modification. Let's get it going. Pulling it back. Everyone ready? 3, 2, 1, launch. Well, that didn't launch as far, but it was a good modification in that it kept it working. All right, everyone, I decided to take off this rubber band modification. It did work for our purposes, but it didn't launch as far as I had originally anticipated. So we're just gonna launch the last 3 avocado pits as far as we possibly can. Here we go. All right, launch number 1. 3, 2, 1, launch. All right, nice. Launch number 2. 3, 2, 1, launch. Oh, nice, even further than the last one. Final one, here we go. 3, 2, 1, launch. Overall, I'd say I'm pretty pleased with this catapult structure. I would recommend using something like a pineapple. I'd originally thought about a cantaloupe, but I would think of maybe something a little bit stronger than celery. I would experiment with that on your own. We'd love to see what you come up with your catapults. Overall, I thought it was a lot of fun and it launched our pits pretty far. Thanks so much for watching Charlie's 3D Builders. Whoa, Mitchell, we're back.
Charlie,
Look.
are you serious? We're not back in the studio. You put the wrong coordinates in the time machine again.
Mitchell, stop talking about the time machine. They're listening.
Time machine? Who said time machine? Not me.
This guy. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell down below.
We hope that if you decide to do some fruit crafts at home, they turn out a little better than ours did. And if they do turn out real good, be sure to send them to us by using the links in the description below.
Thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Mitchell and Charlie, out.
I full committed.